New York is one of the busiest cities, whose origins were founded on the tip of Manhattan Island. The Dutch colonists found this city in 1624. Now, if you take a glimpse of this city, it is transformed into the highest populated one in the USA. The city of New York has come a long way in terms of technology, creativity, freedom, cultural diversity, and also its name is listed in the top 10 visited ones in the world. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Lux Society. Today we're going to talk about the evolution of New York City, and a glimpse of how it could transform itself in the future. Before we start, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to receive updates every time there is an upload on the channel. In the early 1700s, New York started gaining importance due to its trading port. In those times, the slavery rate in New York rose by 42%. Unfortunately, it began to be a part of society and New York's economy. The slaves were bought by people so that they do labor work for them. With that, there was also progress in the education sector, as the University of Columbia was founded in 1724 in Lower Manhattan. From the years 1785 to 1790, New York City served as the capital of the United States of America. The city recovered from the war around 1810, but it still had to figure out a way for the seamless trade. In 1817, work began to make a canal that could connect New York to other parts. The canal was built from the Hudson River to Lake Erin. The construction was completed in 1825 and the Erin Canal came into existence. It opened New York's gates and connected it to America. The immigrant population also started to rise quickly. People from all around the world like Germany, Ireland, Southern and Northern Europeans came into the city. They started settling down and doing their businesses. It leads to a rise in the economy. Along with that, they also joined trade unions, created political parties, started building churches. Soon they started socializing and made a place for themselves in New York. In 1827, New York was finally able to abolish slavery in its state. Overall, this increased the population of New York to approximately 3.43 million. It included the greater New York cities, which combined itself with New York, formed on 31st of December 1878. The cities included Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, the Bronx, voted and decided to come together. In the middle of that, in 1869, the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge began. When the bridge was completed in 1883, it was the longest construction of that time. The 1,834-meter-long bridge connected Brooklyn and Manhattan. Then, in 1885, France gifted New York a sculpture as a symbol of friendship with them. It also indicated that refugees and immigrants are being welcomed with open arms. Finally, in 1886, the Statue of Liberty, which was previously a sculpture, stood tall. France said it was also because New York was able to abolish slavery and give people a chance at living their lives at their own will. After World War II, the city had faced a lot of destruction, and people were struggling to survive and make a livelihood. But New York made its comeback with Wall Street coming into the picture. It gave rise to an economic boom in the city, and it started flourishing at full speed. The financial district is an 8-block street which is in Lower Manhattan. In 1952, United Nations headquarters also came into the picture. In a way, it solidified the city's geopolitical influence, made it strong. During the Stonewall riots in 1969, the transgender community along with the LGBTQ community played a significant role in spreading awareness and fighting for their rights. As the years passed and the city began to grow, we saw the construction of buildings begun. The concrete jungle expanded, and tall buildings could be seen everywhere. But one of the buildings that created history is the Empire State Building. The 102-floored building, with a height of 443 meters from the tip, was the tallest skyscraper in New York for about 40 years. But it is still one of the best tourist attraction places in New York. Every year, millions of tourists visit the building to witness its beauty. The 1990s brought Silicon Valley to life. The valley now has the most high-tech companies, was first located in southern Manhattan's Flatiron district. It gave an instant boost to the city's economy. Then came 2001 and the horrifying devastation of the Trade Center. This incident shook New York to its core. The city faced numerous amounts of destruction as two hijacked air jets crashed into the towers. With the fall of the Twin Towers, more than 3,000 people lost their lives, and more than 25,000 people were injured. Not only New York, but the entire world faced the consequences of the attack. It destroyed the infrastructure of New York, and serious damage was done to the economy. It was reported that the damage incurred was about $10 billion. Millions lost their jobs, and the global economic recession came into the picture. After the 9/11 attacks, the city required a significant amount of time to rebuild itself. Then in 2006, the construction of One World Trade Center started replacing the original buildings. Finally, after years of delay, in 2014 the construction of the One World Trade Center was completed. Memorials were built where names of the people were written to honor them as they lost their lives in the tragic attack. Now the crisis of the pandemic has broken the city again, and it had devastating consequences. But the city is known to significantly raise from every crisis. And now let us see what kind of future we will witness. There are several constructions lined up to update the infrastructure of the city. One such project is 270 Park Avenue. JP Morgan is planning to build their headquarters, which will stand tall at the height of 434 meters. The building will become narrower as it will reach the top. The construction plans are still midway. We will have to wait and see when the process will begin. One more tower that was completed this year has created history. The Central Park Tower consists of 8 tall structures. While 6 of them were done, the remaining 2 were completed this year. The Central Park Tower is the tallest residential building in the world, and second in the United States of America. It took a budget of $3 billion to build a tower of 472 meters. Now they're offering these luxurious condominiums at a whopping price of $6 million. Second Avenue is one of the most promising transit transformations the city of New York is looking forward to. The first line of the Second Avenue came into the picture in 1920. When the Great Depression came, it crushed this idea, and it was dropped for the time being. By the 1970s, only the small segments were completed. The work on Second Avenue started way back in 2007. The construction plan was final. Everything was going according to the plan. Until the last year, the pandemic came and disrupted the second phase. In the first phase, they built 3 new stations and 3.2 kilometers of tunnel. The total cost of the entire plan was $4.45 billion. For the second phase, the rough plan is underway, but it's said that they will build a 2.4 kilometer long tunnel, and the budget is estimated to be $6 billion. The next project is the Hudson Yards, which can truly change the infrastructure of New York City. The Hudson Yards is going to be a 28-acre building complex. It's getting constructed in the Chelsea and Hudson Yards. It resides in the neighborhood of Manhattan. The budget of the entire project is estimated to be $25 billion. It is said that the architecture and infrastructure are going to be the best in the world. 4 skyscrapers have already been constructed, and 2 more are underway. It is also the home of a $500 million art center. The name of the art center is The Shed, which was opened on 5th of April 2019. An art center is a place that has given a lot of people the opportunity to present various kinds of performing arts. Along with that, it is also known for visual arts and pop culture. The Hudson Yards is expected to complete its construction in 2024. According to recent reports, New York City is going to thrive in leaps and bounds once the pandemic is out of the picture. It is expected to gather a lot of capital, numerous job openings in leading industries. The tech company sector is expected to see a rise along with the cryptocurrency market. Hopefully, urban development will spread and the economy will rise again. The current population of this metropolitan city is 20 million. New York has developed a lot over the years and will continue to go on that path. That's all for today's video. I hope you like it. Let us know in the comments below what is your favorite part of New York City. And if you haven't got a chance to explore the city, do visit it in the future. We will see you in the next video. Bye all.